and welcome back again. Today we are once again diving into the world of mechanical keyboards. This time something from Logitech G515 10 keyless with Lightspeed. Do you think I need to find new hobby instead of keyboards? Nah, I like keyboards. This is a mechanical wireless keyboard that is available with Logitech's own linear or tactile switches. As with the 99% of the mechanical wireless keyboards these days, there are three ways to connect this to your PC. It has the Logitech own lightning speed USB adapter. It also supports Bluetooth. And then there's also possibility to connect with the USB cable if you want to go wired. Now let's talk a little about the keycaps on this one. So this has dual layer PPT keycaps, so the print on the keycaps should never wear out, even if you use it for many years. The switches are Logitech's own GL switches, and these are pre-looped in the factory. Their actuation point is 1.3 millimeters, and they require 43 grams of power, or force to be precise, to be activated. Total travel distance of the switches is only 3.2 millimeters, so these should be ideal for fast typing or fast gaming. The sad thing here is that the switches are not hot swappable, so what you purchase from the shop, you are stuck with them. The keyboard height is also surprisingly little, only 22 millimeters. Basically, this means that you don't really need a wrist support. Surprisingly, there is also a sound dampening layer somewhere here. So the typing should also be silent. Oh, that's about it. Now let's move to the unboxing. Some quick instructions on the cover, nice. And a reminder to download the control software. Let's put the keyboard aside and check the, normal manuals. Some extra keycaps. You need these if you are Norwegian, I believe. The cable is standard USB-A to USB-C, about 1.5 meters. Here is also a USB-C to USB-A adapter. Also plus point to Logitech, a very little plastic in the packing. No, here's a good thing to notice that the wireless dongle is here below the keyboard. So if you're looking for it after purchasing, this is where you find it. Whoa. This reminds me of the old Logitechs. They had the Novo series. I really like them, but those weren't with mechanical switches. So that's pre-mechanical time. So I'm talking about things that happened like 10 years ago. I am still that old and I still remember that well. Very sleek design. Wireless mode, Bluetooth mode, gaming mode. Gaming mode usually just disables Windows keys. You can change the angle. There are 2 or 8 degrees. It lays really flat on the surface. Like I said, you don't really need a wrist support with this. Okay, now obviously we have to do a little comparison to the big brother, the G915. There's little wear and tear on the 915. I've been using that for 4 years, but it still works. The issue is that the battery is so dead that you can't use it otherwise than with cable these days. They are very much alike, as you can see. The 915 has the playback controls and the volume rocker. That is something that the 515 doesn't really have. When comparing the sleekness, these are pretty identical. The typing feel, the travel distance, how the switches feel is pretty identical. Both models that I have are with linear switches. The case is little lighter and the base unit's height is little less on the 915 than it is in the 515. But overall, pretty much the same. If you need the media controls, I would say go for the 915. But if you don't really need them, 515 will do just fine. Let's see from the Logitech software that does this also have firmware update available. Yeah, there's firmware update. The firmware updates are done by the software and it doesn't take that much time. Okay, now the firmware updating is done. Let's dim the lights on the room and see how the LEDs blink in the darkness. Brightness has a slider from 1 to 100. There are standard things here like fixed lighting or breathing or color wave. These are pretty much standard these days on any mechanical keyboard that supports modifiable RGB lights. With freestyle you can choose individual colors for each key. Let's see. Ah, nice. Click, 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 click. There, and like have it your way. I think that's a slogan from Sandwich Company, but still suits here also. And you can also map the function keys from the software if you want to do that. Okay, so where do we end with this keyboard? It's very sleek. The ergonomics is good. You don't need any kind of a wrist support to use it. The travel distance on the keycaps is small, so if you are purchasing your first mechanical keyboard, this is a good option because it's not so big and clunky as a, let's say, standard mechanical keyboard. The battery should last about 100 hours with the RGB LEDs, and without the LED even more. The control software is nice, you can change the macros, the RGB LEDs, everything like that. The standard that these days all the major mechanical keyboards brands do offer you, with just different name on the software. However, if you need the volume rocker and the media keys, then you need to go for the 915. The 915 retails around 200 euros at the moment of this video is being recorded. And that is just a ripoff. That's just insane price for mechanical keyboard that has been on the market over 5 years. This retails for a lot cheaper. You can often find this for a little over 100 euros. And I just think that the build quality on this is more better. I feel that the typing on this is more mature, as it is more silent due to the lubricated switches and the noise dampening material. That's about it. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and comment below if you want me to test some other keyboard that you might be interested of. Until next time.